The future of Halo and the entire franchise. That is what we're talking about today. It's the latest topic that's abuzz within the Halo scene, and I've got my own predictions based on information I've heard, as well as some things I'd personally like to see. The year is 2025 for Halo, and all the references / information I use in this video will be in the description. So if you want to read more about anything I talk about, it will be there. For years, there was leaks that Halo was moving to the Unreal Engine, something that Sean W actually predicted years before it was announced, and the man was right. Then, at the end of last year, the big unveiling, the end of the blam Halo era was announced. This, coupled with Microsoft's bold change to be a game publisher, not just a console provider, has really changed the landscape for Halo, and Halo's outlook moving forward in the next decade. I spoke a lot in the past about it being a transitional time for Halo. I really believe this is the case. There are a lot of things happening behind closed doors at the moment, Halo related, and Halo Studios really seems to be keeping its cards very close to its chest. Today, we're going to go through what projects are currently in the works, the information associated with them, as well as my own personal thoughts on these plans Microsoft have for the franchise. Needless to say, it's going to be a very interesting video today, so let's get into it. So first up today, here is everything we're going to cover. I'm going to timestamp everything, so feel free to jump to whichever topic you'd like to hear about. Halo on PlayStation and Nintendo Switch, one final MCC update, the Halo Combat Evolved remake on the Unreal Engine, Halo 7, the Halo Infinite sequel, and Project Ekur, the evolved version of Thankyou, the Battle Royale project that everyone thought was dead. Well, it doesn't look like it is, but more on that in a second. And finally, the future of Halo Infinite, just how long it's going to be supported. Now, when I'm listed like that, it genuinely seems like at least 3 different projects are being worked on at the moment. The first of which we're talking about today is Project Ekur, the evolved version of Project Thankyou. So for about a year now, there's been rumors of Project Ekur's existence, and what is Ekur? Well, allow me to explain. The planned Halo Battle Royale was codenamed Thankyou. Thankyou was actually a wrestler who won a Battle Royale, so to be sneaky, that was the codename they gave it. I have to add, I do say Battle Royale, but it had other mechanics in it, so calling it 100% a Battle Royale isn't really accurate in my eyes. Anyway, Project Thankyou was created by Certain Affinity. Certain Affinity is led by ex-Bungie developer Max Hoveman, and everybody thought the Battle Royale project was cancelled when 343 moved away from the Slipspace engine. Again, they moved to Unreal. I gotta say, Halo Studios, Microsoft, Certain Affinity, whoever, they've done a really good job keeping this under wraps. A year or so passes, so everyone assumes the Battle Royale project is gone, and then whispers begin of a new project called Project Ekur start to circulate. Fast forward to yesterday, and this is where it gets juicy, Project Ekur officially has test servers for internal development teams to play test the new project. Thank you to Grunt.api for the image. Ekur is heavily speculated to be a ported version of Thankyou, the Battle Royale, into Unreal Engine. But from Mr. Rebs, who's been covering the development of future Halo projects for a while, he said it might have been turned into an extraction shooter. A Halo extraction shooter is an interesting choice, as 1, Halo is so diverse, you could do anything with the franchise and it'll work out well. 2, Bungie is literally working on Marathon, another extraction shooter, and has already established extraction shooters like Tarkov. Maybe Microsoft has finally realized that Halo should have more side projects like this and are finally ready to realize Halo's full potential. We covered it before, but shooting down the ODST Helldivers style PvE game was a huge blunder by the Microsoft executives. So, in summary, Project Ekur, formerly Thankyou, was a Battle Royale, is now something else. We don't know exactly what it is, but it does have test servers for playtest currently happening. This is Project 1. Project 2 is the worst kept secret in gaming currently. It's the Halo Combat Evolved remake by Halo Studios. You know it, I know it. When Halo Studios showcased what they've been working on with the environments for the Unreal Engine, everything in this damn presentation had Combat Evolved vibes. The CE pistol, the Mark V armor, the Flood Blight Lance. At some point in the near future, we'll be playing, and this is my guess, a Halo Combat Evolved remake, the first of many games to retell the original trilogy. To be honest, I don't think it'll have a multiplayer, but in saying that, a Halo CE multiplayer upgraded to the modern day, I would absolutely love that. In any case, this is Halo Studios' first project in the Unreal Engine, so I think it's just going to be a campaign. The key takeaway I loved about the initial reveal is the Flood biome looks disgusting, in a good way. I've said it before, but I really hope Halo Studios respects legacy. My guess and my money money is on a 2026 November release for Halo's 25th anniversary, but I'll do a full timeline at the end of this video on when I think stuff is going to come out. Next up is Project 3, the Halo Infinite sequel. Now, why do people think there's going to be a Halo Infinite sequel? Well, there's actually two different lead dev positions for separate projects at Halo Studios. One is for the Halo Combat Evolved remake, and the other is for an unnamed project. Everybody thinks this is the Halo Infinite sequel. In case you do ask Remy, could it be Project Ekur? That's being done by Certain Affinity, separate to Halo Studios, so that's why people think 3 projects are in the works, not just 2. Now, my own personal view of Halo 7, the sequel to Halo Infinite, is that this is the furthest away of the 3 projects. Continuing the story of the Master Chief at the end of Halo Infinite would finally give fans answers on what the hell is the Endless and why they're so dangerous. It's already been 3 years and these new big bad guys have been introduced and we know little to nothing about them besides, oh, the Halo rings don't work on them, so the Forerunners imprison them, as well as some time travel stuff. For me, I'm most excited to see the Atriox Master Chief rematch, but time travel is a murky thing that Halo has stayed away from in the past. It really starts to convolute the story, especially when you start to consider multiple timelines. If I was Halo Studios, I would tread very carefully here, because as soon as you introduce time travel, people will ask, why doesn't Atriox go back and stop Cortana from destroying his homeworld? If he succeeds in stopping her, what happens to the current timeline? You see how this already sounds messy? I'm not sold on the idea of time travel. I think it should be avoided as best as possible, but that's just my thoughts. I would, however, like to see how the Endless are worse than the Flood. Halo Infinite did not do Zeta Halo justice for the amount of lore that is contained within that ring. In any case, I think this project is at least 3 years away, minimum. This brings us to side projects, and currently Halo Studios are maintaining / potentially working on many things. The first up is Halo on different platforms. As we all know, Microsoft is pushing multiple different platforms now for their video games. Previous games that would have been exclusively Xbox are now rumored to be launching on other platforms, but for Halo, the rumor is the Master Chief Collection is going to be ported to the PlayStation and Nintendo Switch too. This is great news for Halo fans overall, and I'm especially happy if it populates the older collection for 6 months to a year while the other projects are being worked on. What I'm going to say, and this is critical, Halo Studios, you cannot just port the game over without updating the game again. There are several high-level fixes and vulnerabilities on the collection that need attention. Wishlisted items the community would love to see, and more than all of that, further mod support to make the collection fully self-sustaining, which should be the ultimate goal of the product. Mods carry Halo MCC on PC currently, and people on other consoles would love, just like Skyrim, to have select mods available for download. Sadly, after the whole dig site situation, and if you haven't heard of this, very briefly, community members were working for free to restore cut content from Bungie era Halos on Halo MCC. Those guys asked for game updates to fix issues that would help them deliver on projects faster. Even those fixes were not approved by Halo Studios or Microsoft, so it seems unlikely they're planning to update the game. If any developer watches this video, this is not the attitude to have. If you port over this legendary collection to 2 brand new ecosystems, you need to have a small team dedicated to Halo MCC. You need a team to handle the launch to make sure it's done smoothly. But more than that, new rotational playlists, new updates to the game, the fans would love that, and I think it would be a misstep to not do that. To speak directly to Microsoft executives very quickly, you are creating Halo Combat Evolved on the Unreal Engine. You are recreating one of the most iconic, legendary games of all time. People are going to make comparisons no matter what you do. So with that in mind, do not purposely stop development on Halo MCC thinking it will stop comparisons. Halo MCC needs new updates. The final game we need to talk about today before we go through the timeline of what I expect is going to happen is Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite turns 4 years old this year and is still slated to receive numerous sandbox items, armor, game modes, and content. Yes, the Forges are still carrying in terms of maps, and every Halo player thanks you for that, but there's still new content coming out for the game every couple of months. Next update will be bringing Assault, the fan favorite game mode, give us Griffball now please, ranked squad battle, and other cosmetics. Images on screen now. In terms of longevity, I personally expect Infinite to be supported until a new project actually releases. Whether that's Halo MCC on different platforms or the Halo Combat Evolved remake, it could even be Project Ekur, but more on that in a second. Halo Infinite has had so many ups and downs. Last year we thought it was over, this year it's back. It's like a damn roller coaster. It definitely seems, at least for this year, the game is going to be continually supported with new content drops every month and a larger content drop every 3 months, so every new season. Speaking of the new content, and a very quick side note, the new game mode Assault, it's coming out. Hard to get excited about it when Halo 2 literally launched with it, but that's a video for another time. This brings us to timing. When are we actually going to play any of this stuff? This is pure speculation on my part, but I've been giving this a lot of thought over the last few weeks, so here's where I'm currently sitting in terms of what comes out and when. So June 2025, this year, I think we're going to get a Halo Combat Evolved Remake reveal trailer. We might get an announcement of Halo on PlayStation and Nintendo Switch 2. That could come out this November. November 2025, Halo MCC launches on PlayStation and Nintendo Switch 2. Alternatively, Project Ekur needs to fit in somewhere. Some people are saying Project Ekur will be the first new Halo game people play, and then the remake will come out. That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be the remake first, then Project Ekur. Nobody really knows definitively. All I can say with 100% certainty is we are going to get new things in the next 1 to 2 years, and it's going to be consistent after that for at least 3 years. June 2026, marketing cycle begins for the Halo Combat Evolved Remake. November 2026, Halo's 25th anniversary, Halo CE Remake releases. So here's an interesting thought for you all to consider. The Halo Combat Evolved Remake releases November 2026, Halo's 25th anniversary. What if Project Ekur is the multiplayer that is going to go along aside it? So think of Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, you got Halo Reach Anniversary out of it. So what if Project Ekur is the multiplayer that's going to go with that campaign? Both in the Unreal Engine. That means for 2027, probably in June, we might get a reveal trailer for the Halo Infinite sequel. It is definitely not going to come out in 2027, which means the Halo Infinite sequel will be 2028 or later. The good news is Halo fans will have a lot of Halo content in the coming years. Multiple projects is great, and once one releases, we should see a steady stream of Halo titles releasing over multiple years. Halo as a franchise, the last decade has been through a lot of ups and downs, but if this all goes to plan, we're going to have some wonderful years ahead. The only caveat I'm going to add, and this is really important, so I want to end on this, Halo Studios, I want you guys to appreciate all the work the Halo community puts in. This is regarding content, passion, and how much we all care about the franchise. After everything I've reported on in regards to the dig site situation, a lot of people in the community feel as though you guys do not care about the community. It definitely doesn't help when people like the dig site team or Forges, they come out and they say they feel like their contributions weren't appreciated. So with all of that said, let me know your thoughts on future Halo projects. What are you excited for? What do you want to see? It's going to be a very interesting couple of years. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.